Wait, it's been so long. What is this game again?
Uh, I, it's something about bugs.
Ah, Bug's Life.
It's
Got
that's
Bug,
basically it. It's
Bug's
Bug's Life.
Life.
Hey,
Gotcha. Welcome back, y'all. My name is
hey,
AJ, and I'm back. We're back. We're finally back
it took so long.
to Higurashi. When They Cry, Kai. Chapter 8. Matsuribayashi. I
MATSURIBAYASHI.
know Matsuri means festival, so let's, the game will tell me what it means. Oh my god! We finished episode 7, and then we just kind of took a break. But you know what? I don't regret that break. I mean, I missed the game, but it's like, that let a lot of things season in. And I hear what
Yes.
we're in for a marathon of a visual novel.
Yeah. This chapter will go long and do a lot of things. So
I hear
yeah,
it's like 2.5 chapters long, basically.
Mm, and a half. I'm not sure, but it is
2?
long.
Yeah.
It is long.
I mean, it almost gets its own season in the anime. So,
Yeah. There's a lot to cover in this episode or this chapter.
I mean, this is it. This
You
is
know
the
what? Yeah.
ending.
Let me
Last
pull up
time
the reference playthrough. Rose Matters. She has 15 videos for this one.
I
That's
u-
about the same as the other ones,
I
but
usually
each of
do
these are like
13 to 12, 12 to 13.
yeah. But also each of her like usually hers are like an hour ish, and
Yeah,
each of these are an hour and a half to two.
yeah. I go
So
onto the
it's gonna be a
chapter
lot.
break unless it's like the finale. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna cut it here because I'm never gonna do a 3-hour finale video like I did with chapter 2. AJ, why
Yeah.
did you do that?
About what we have to
Last
what we think.
time,
About what she does do. Yeah.
yeah.
Ah,
Last
last
time,
time.
we learned the truth. We learned that Takano and Tokyo are behind all this. She has, a god complex for some
Tokyo.
fucking reason. Tokyo, the secret agency that's been trying to
To-
study Hinamizawa syndrome, which is actually a disease native to
Tokyo.
people who live in Hinamizawa that makes them really fucking paranoid.
I mean Tokyo Morikawa from the Silver Case.
Was that the joke you're really fucking setting up?
Yeah.
You shut the fuck up.
No one's gonna get it. That's the best thing. That's the best part.
Anyway, we were so close, but what I really liked something I really thought about, like what I really liked thinking
Hmm?
about the ending of the last chapter is that they said it's like it was 7 against 6. If they had one more person, they would have won. And they're like, was there
Yeah.
anyone there who was not trying? And then everyone
Mhm.
just slowly turned their heads to Hanyu. And,
The stone scraping sound effect. Yeah.
and she's like, maybe I shouldn't be such a doomer.
Yeah. How dooming.
Doomer. But I was like, I also like the thematic symbolism. The person that Hanyu, she is the true Oyashiro-sama, and she needed to be the one to step up against the false Oyashiro-sama that
Mhm.
Takano has made herself into. Because Takano's the main antagonist, right? Like, we're not nice.
Obviously,
Okay, I
yeah.
was making sure we're not. I mean, her profile is the icon for this game in her military outfit. I'm like,
Mhm.
so what I'm gonna
Oh,
get.
the did you install the mod? Oh yeah, you already did. Yeah,
Yeah,
you did.
always do. No, you're
Hmm.
about to get original backgrounds plus Steam sprites. We're changing
Yeah.
it up for this episode. We're making everything worse. But no, what I'm gonna assume is this episode is probably gonna spend a considerable time, if it's not the start, setting up Takano's, like giving, like, we need to learn about her backstory if we're gonna have to, like, get any idea why the fuck she would have wanted to do this. But yeah, it looks like everyone has really come into their character development, so it is now up for Hanyu to get her shit together. Because if
The person
everyone's,
who's been unobserved this whole time.
yeah, if everyone's not trying, a miracle cannot happen.
Hmm.
And it's really neat because, like, you know, when you introduce a main character in episode 7 out of episode 8 of this very long running series,
Mm.
and making them that important to the plot, it could, like, you know, that could be a big mistake, like, suddenly hinging on. But I think they're doing good with Hanyu. She, like, took a backseat, but, like, everyone's been fully fleshed out. Like, Keiichi and Rena were able to go to the arc in chapter 6. Satoko and Ika, like, were able to accept help in chapter 7.
Mm.
Shion, was able to listen to Satoshi's wish and now is actually taking care of Satoko. And
Yeah.
and Mion's really, I guess Mion's kind of always had her shit together.
Yeah, Mion's just like, man, y'all aren't even trying.
I'm like,
Made everyone look bad.
she's been the most, like, when you realize that all of chapter, like, all of her bullshit in chapter 2 was this Shion, like, Mion's really had her shit together. She's been, like,
Hmm.
the most static character, but, you know, she's the leader. She's like,
Yeah.
she's like, I was able to figure this shit out. Shion, I don't know what
Overall, she has her shit together.
Shion, I don't know what your problem is. Meanwhile, Shion living with a demon inside her.
Yeah.
I guess
It's whatever.
yeah, because Mion was able to grow up and become the, like, of the spiritual leader currently of the Sonozaki clan without whatever fucking anger demon resting inside her like Shion has.
Yeah.
That-
She is I guess she's more like I always saw Mion as like kind of the anchor of the group anyways.
I mean, yeah, this entire
Yeah.
club group would not function without her.
Yeah. I mean she's the leader, so yeah.
Yeah, and I think she's the one who, like, spoke to Keiichi first. Like, she's the one who extended the hand, and, like, probably the entire reason they're friends is her. Shion, she has a very, very deep-rooted anger issues that she needs to sort out later in life. So, I guess I biggest thing I have to know, will Rika, by staying awake during her fucking gut-pulling ceremony, have actually remembered the events of last time, or has it all been for naught, and we're back 2 weeks again with no knowledge?
Nah, she just
even
stayed
Hanyu-
awake with her guts freaking ripped out, awake for nothing.
No, it's gotta, it's something she did. Something's gotta have to mean something.
She's trying.
She's trying. Everyone's trying. And, like, I gave Shuika a lot of shit last chapter, like, for her just not trying. Like, also, like, in many ways, she has not grown up past being a 9-year-old. In many ways, she is...
Wait, sorry. You mean...
Well, Hanyu, yes.
Hanyu?
Yeah, I'm still gonna give a shit. But Ika, I also gave a shit, like, wow, you really never tried doing this before. But I'm thinking, like the whole child consultation center arc, which I hope that's the last time I have to say those 3 words back to back to back again.
No.
But, like, it's like, she's still a child. She never really got a chance to grow up. She's only grown up in this very isolated setting. Her education hasn't gone past triangles.
It's like...
She hasn't had a reason to find motivation to mature. She's aged, but she hasn't truly matured until the events of last chapter. I think is a good way to sum up Rika.
Yeah, she's trying like that. Like that's all she can really do at this point because she's stuck. She's literally stuck in the loop.
Yeah, and Hanyu, like, I give her shit, but I understand she was stuck in oblivion for God knows how long without anyone to see her. She finally meets Rika, and now she's stuck in this death loop of uncertainty. I'm like, I can understand why you just want to give up after a certain point.
I don't.
The dominant human spirit.
Yeah.
All
right, let's go into it.
Let's go into it. One last time. Not counting the bonus stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Matsuribayashi. At last, let it end with a blissful dream. Festival accompany chapter. The riddle you've been trusted with solving now finally becomes unraveled. What must be done to stop the chain, and what will happen in the ultimate end? It's a showdown between the conclusion you reached and the one I reached. There is no difficulty. You should understand that now.
Okay.
So yeah, this thing, like, I understand the mystery, but how the fuck do we stop this? Everyone is entitled to happiness. The difficult part is accepting that. Everyone's entitled to happiness. The difficult part is fulfilling that. I too am entitled to happiness. The difficult part is working out a compromise. Federica Berncastel.
This looks extra pixelated now.
This is a work of fiction. Do you actually want me to turn it up to like 720p?
Maybe, yeah. Like the text is pixelated.
Okay.
Like it looks like
For
an
context,
NES game.
I'm not sure what order these videos are going to come out, but Ocarina of Time had a little whoopsie daisy going on, and I realized it was a Discord screen sharing thing probably that didn't help with that, so I turned them down to 15 FPS 480p. It's like, it's Higurashi, you don't need it. I was like, no, it should be 720 now.
Okay, good. Yeah, everything looks normal.
Good. Okay. The study was piles of books and papers. In that study, there was a full-fledged, full-figured old man writing something on his desk in utmost concentration. There was also a little girl setting out papers on the carpet. She almost looked as if she was playing with them. Serious expression was made it clear that she wasn't.
Oji-chan, 資料の分けっこができたよ。
ありがとう。
Assuming that's the person who read the notes.
同じ症例の人がこれだけ集まった全国平均と比べても明らかに異常なくらい。
やはりな。こっちも興味深い論文を見つけたところだ。精神外科と文化についてまとめたものでな。前頭葉に宿主とは別の意志を持った存在があることを予見したものだ。
前頭葉は人間が人間
Was that the bite of 87?
司る部分
Yes.
そうだ。
This is we've established this is linked to Friday the 30th.
Yeah.
脳という名の器官が分泌物を生み出して与える副産物に過ぎ、その脳に特定の干渉をするナノ単位の生命体の集合が存在し、ある命令系統を持つ一つのコロニーに関与したならば。
So parasites are the cause of spread of ideology. My voice suddenly stopped working. When ideology is class, because different parasites are competing to expand their habitat.
あるいは教育の分布か。
Well, Miyoko, I'm surprised you said that without moving your mouth.
人種の分布か。
Fucking telepathy? What the
我
fuck?
々の世界の異なる文化コミュニティの存在とその対立の一因はそういった人の思想に影響を及ぼす微細な生命体の存在にあると
Certain
仮
way
定
to
し
look
て
at human nature.
おじいちゃんと同じことを考えている人が外国にもいたんだね。
もちろんいる。
Everything we know and love can be reduced to chemicals inside our
地球上
brain.
には無数の生命
How
体
does
が
that
いる。
fucking go
その
again?
中には
Oh god.
The Donald
the
and
Mickey
Mickey.
Mouse.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes,
宿
everything.
主を支
When you
配したり
fight
す
or
る
you
ことが
perish like a
広く
dog.
知られる。そして実際に人体内にその
You know what? That is, whenever someone tries to act like how Fumi's acting right now, that video is actually the best thing I have to counter that. I'm like, hypocrite that you are. You trust the parasites in your
ど
brain
うしてだろう
to
ね。
do
人間だけ特別な存在のわけはないのに。
それを仮定することは
Is that what's her name? Hanyu. Hanyu is Mickey.
Everything we know and love is reducible to an absurd act of chemicals and therefore has no intrinsic value in this material universe. Hypocrite that you are, you trust the chemicals in your brain to tell you they are chemicals. All knowledge is ultimately based on what we cannot prove. Will you fight or will you perish like a dog? What are we talking about again?
We just came in on this very intense conversation between
Mickey Mouse
father
and
and daughter.
Donald.
Yeah.
They have Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck for some reason.
完治するまで退院させない。完治できず、そのまま病院で死んでしまうこともある。すると、その死体は焦燥となる。さらに患者が触れたものまで衛生のためすべて没収して焼き捨
The
て。
Black Plague
身近の家族にも
was
感
bad.
染の疑いがあるから強制的に入院
So brave.
させねばならん。
So did they hospitalize health aid individual individual
思
ideas.
想を病気と置き換えなさ
Yoko,
い
we really need to get your throat checked out.
完治するまで退院させない。
I'm guessing what happened is a lot of this conversation maybe differs between
Yeah.
versions.
Yeah. Or just probably censored.
でも
You know,
I wonder
censored,
why
but,
this
you
would
know,
be
個人の
that's-
自
censored
由なん
though.
でしょ
as
レ
it's
スト
not
と
it's
違
not
う
necessarily censoring, but it's more like in like probably like the PS2 release, there was like, do we need all this conversation
思
here?
想は治
Ah.
療不可能な伝染病と置き換えられるわけだ。
Does it mean anyone with a different idea is treated like they have a disease? I mean, this is a very philosophical conversation we're having with a
この考え
little
を
girl.
延長すると
Yeah.
無差別そして無秩序な大量虐殺が起こる。そうすると人類は大規模な粛清を肯定してしまう論調になりかねん。だから脳内で宿主を支配する生命体を語ることは今の時代ではタブーになっているのだ。
タブーって
taboo.
触れてはならない。考えてもならないということだな。だから誰も研究せ。いや、それどころか脳内に侵入し影響を及ぼす存在がいると考えることすら忘れられている。万物の長たる霊長類を支配する未知の生命体などいるはず
I
が
mean, it's a
な
very
いと
nihilistic way of
頭
looking
か
at
ら
human
決めつ
nature.
けている。
なんだかお粗末な話。いないことの証明なんて悪魔の証明。絶対に不可能なのに。
It's like a devil's proof.
その通り。悪魔がいることを証明することはたやすい。
悪魔
悪魔を連れてくればいいのだからな。だが、いないことを証明することはできん。いないを連れてくることなどできんのだからな。
なんだか脳を支配する生命体が自分たちの存在を秘密にするためにその宿主の人間たちを操っているみたい。
Me and my grandfather shared a happy laugh together. Human nature has no intrinsic value.
人間も自然界の生き物の一つに過ぎ、食物連鎖の頂点にいるだけで、それをもって神格化された存在であると思い込むなど愚かしいことなのだ。人とてあらゆる微生物やウイルスに支配されうるのだ。その存在が今日まで発見されていないからといってそれをもって存在しないという証拠にはならん。絶対に存在する。必ず存在するのだ。
科学の世界にもたくさん存在が仮定され
Well,
ていて
Miyoko, your mic quality just suddenly went down by like 10%. What the fuck happened?
それらの
We really need to get your voice box checked out. Jesus
全て
Christ.
生きているうちに評価を受けられたわけではない。世まいごとだと呆れられ、その正しさを証明できなかった科学者も大勢いたのだ。
でもおじいちゃんは生きているうちに証明されるといいね。じゃなかったらおじいちゃんがかわいそう。
大丈夫だよ。神様は努力する者を見捨てたりはしない。努力は必ずいつか結実するのだ。
いつかってそれはいつ？
神がいつ降臨されるのかは誰も知らない。それは例えるなら泥棒がいつ訪れるのかわからないように。だから予期せずしてその時を迎えて不信心であったことに歯ぎしりすることがないよう常に目を覚ましていなさい。
That's something my grandfather said all the time. Nobody knows when efforts will bear fruit, but it will happen one day. That's why you must always work hard so you have no regrets when the time comes. Your efforts will bear fruit someday. That's what he meant.
でもおじいちゃんが生きているうちに絶対に努力が実る？生きてるうちに認められなかった科学者がたくさんいるのに？
This is such a cruel thing to say, but I didn't seem to mean it to be cruel. You see how hard my grandfather was working. I knew he wouldn't live forever. I just wanted his work to gain recognition before he died. Do you know the resurrection of Jesus Christ? Yeah! He was crucified and resurrected after 3 days. You told me about
Titles
it.
change.
How do you think Jesus was resurrected? Didn't he just get up and just waking up in the morning? He was buried after
Yes.
execution.
What are we on about?
Remember, this is a conversation with Donald and Mickey.
Yes.
No, that would be called a resurrection. Sinners who killed Jesus imagine exactly the same. Oh god, Disney's gonna find me and kill me. But what Jesus meant that he wouldn't resurrect physically. 2 days Jesus was resurrected. People regained their belief. So those wanting to be shown proper way revered his teaching. That's what the resurrection of Jesus is all about. He came back in life in the hearts of his believers. Maybe Jesus was the friends we made along the way.
Mm-hmm.
But he exists
That's
in
true.
people's hearts. In other words, that's when Jesus became an existence superior to humans.
たとえ死後であっても正当な評価を受けられたならその偉業は必ずやよみがえる。
Oh, you could be Lovecraft.
その時私の体が朽ち果ててしまっていても
Like,
私の
man,
存
this
在はよみがえっ
shit's
て
good.
評価を受けるのだ。
Fuck this guy,
それは
though.
おじいちゃんが神様になったということ？
そうだよ。私の研究はいつか必ず認められる。その時おじいちゃんは神様になれるということなんだよ。だから自分が生きているうちに評価されることに焦る必要はないのだ。その時が訪れるのが私が生きているうちなのかそうでないのか、それは神様にもわからない。だがその日は必ず訪れる。だからその日の訪れを疑うことなくひたすらに努力を続けなくてはならないのだよ。
It was very sad to hear my grandfather say that his life would end one day. He wasn't ill, he didn't have a few years left to live. He was set next to the average lifespan. His many years didn't look like much. The only person left in my life was my grandfather. So I didn't even want to consider what it'd be like without him, with him gone. Grandfather must have remembered that I didn't like to talk about that subject. With a tender smile, he gently patted my head.
もちろんおじいちゃんも自分が生きているうちに研究を認めてもらいたい。だから精一杯頑張るよ。
Oop, give me 1 second, Griffin. Alright, let's get back to it.
Good.
To, totally not Takano.
私もおじいちゃんが世
I
界中
mean,
の人に
Miyo,
褒めてもらえる
Takano,
ように
Miyoko, there's no
いっぱい
connection there,
お
right?
手伝いする。
No.
I mentioned it before you die part. Cut myself before I said it. Before you croak, old
ありが
man.
とう。嬉しいぞ。
Grandfather smiled in satisfaction. His research wasn't exactly outrageous. He wasn't trying to uncover the mysteries of the universe. He was just the possibility that a human life is all meaningless. Nothing, there's no intrinsic value in anything we do. It really wasn't a wild idea. Just, little thought experiment. Nimazawa, Shishibone City, XX Prefecture. Villagers there possessed a powerful homesickness. Unable to return, they allegedly behave abnormally as if they were cursed. This is some bizarre rules in the place village, based on a belief system. When he was working in the military during war, my grandfather noticed similarities between the people of Hidemazawa and assumed there was some kind of existence responsible for their odd behavior. Researching it ever since then. Healthy. In the middle of the 20th century, numerous strange diseases were discovered all over Japan. Most of them were caused by infectious parasites. People started to pay attention to the forgotten field of study. Grandfather's research was simply one of those investigations into such diseases. Therefore, he believed it would be published amongst other research and recognition soon. But if his research didn't bear fruit before his death, I wanted to continue it. I wanted to continue his research. Grandfather taught me, resurrection isn't something that happens physically. It's when your life's work is appreciated. That's what he means by resurrection. That's when you'll become a god. So when my grandfather dies, he'll still with me forever. I won't have to be alone ever again. I will always be with my grandpa. Our works will regain recognition and we'll become gods, gaining eternal peace. I will make my grandfather into a god. I will become a god. Therefore, we will be granted eternity. We will be together forever and ever.
Weird kid.
I was looking at the key and the keychain. Suddenly, Keyblade. The lock Eriko was trying to open didn't belong to that door. It should have been opened effortlessly. At least that's what's supposed to happen. But it didn't open. And those beads of sweat forming on Eriko's forehead. She was the one who came up with this idea. Eriko was starting to panic. The rest of us just started to panic too. This only opens the hen. Sorry, my throat is fucked up. Shush. We're supposed to be cleaning out the hen house. They found us back here. They found out why we were here and why we're trying to open the lock in the back door. And all four of us were sure to be sentenced to Splayed Piggy. Don't panic, Eriko. This key opens this lock, right? You already tried it, right? Will you shut up for a minute? This is the right key. It's just hard to open, that's all. She was almost shrieking like a goofy dog. Our hearts were pounding loudly as the sound of our heartbeats were echoing throughout the... It's just making the Kingdom Hearts jokes easier, guys. I thought that belonged to a child. Josh! Somebody's coming. The three of us held our breath, but Eriko didn't hear it. She kept fussing with the lock and the key. Key to my heart? If everything would be okay, she could just open the lock. Eriko, someone's coming! Shut the fuck up! No, this is my key! I'm not dreaming, I've already tried it and open! Come on, why isn't it working? When the lock is open, we can be happy and we can say goodbye to this hell. Eriko, someone's coming! Kingdom Hearts when they cry. My father and mother died. Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down. What was the point? What was the child? What is happening? Why is so much of the early part of this episode, like, seemingly cut content in the original PS2 version?
You'll have to ask Rikishi that.
Mother died instantly.
He made that decision.
They would admit that this person I could hardly recognize was my father. As others called out to him, hoped it was someone else instead. But, unfortunately, it was my father. Maybe I shouldn't have woken him up. Because when I woke him up, he was reminded of the miserable agony that he had forgotten. He tried to move his right arm so he could pat my head. But his arm was wrapped in bandages, and his hand was no longer there. I couldn't find his hand anywhere on the bed. I only had scary memories of his right hand. His main job was to slap me when I did something bad. Oh. I never wished it to be gone. Besides, that hand also patted my head. Even though that only happened a few times. His big warm hand stroked my head very gently. But no matter what good deeds I did, he could no longer rub my head. No. His hand was the least of his worries. I had to go to emergency surgery. The doctors already warned me that the chance of surviving was very low. That was why I was allowed to see him regardless of his condition. I couldn't rub my head, but he might be gone forever.
Yo, 聞きなさい。お父さん、ダメかもしれない。もしもお父さんが死んでも、お前はしっかり生きるんだよ。
やだやだ、お父さんは元気になるよ。お医者様がちゃんと手術してくれるもん。だから死んだりなんかしないんだよ。
Oh shit, I just realized that voice. When it was talking to the higher pitch register.
That
it's
is
like
Maria.
The delta of the lambda slapped me in the head.
Yeah.
My father knowing his life.
Not Maria. What the fuck am I talking about? That was close. But yeah, no, that's not the Delta.
Maria's nowhere near close to Lambda Delta.
I know, no. I'm
Lambda
crazy
Delta
right now.
Maria Siri? Same person?
Yes.
You completely changed your
よく聞
Minako.
きなさい。お父さんもお母さんも
No
信頼と
boy.
いうものがいない。だからお父さんが死んだらお前の世話をしてくれる人は誰もいない。
You need to tell me that. Parents used to tell me that all the time, so I was aware of the fact. Of course, my father was the only relative I have left in the entire world.
もしもな、お父さんが死んだら高野先生を頼りなさい。高野ひふみ先生だよ。言ってみなさい。
高野ひふみ。
そうだ、高野ひふみ先生だよ。高野先生はお父さんの恩師なんだ。きっとお前を助け。
お父さん、お父さん、お父さん、お父さん。
Many doctors came in the room in a hurry. Wanted to tell me something else, but the doctor stopped him from talking, so I wasn't able to hear him. I was kicked out of the room. Didn't know what to do. Nobody told me how my father was doing when the surgery was going to start. Nobody told me that it's going to be the last conversation I ever had with my father. I think I asked people at the government office about Dr. Takano. They asked me if I knew his phone number. I said I didn't. They didn't ask me anything further. Sometimes they told me to look into it, but nothing led to anything. They couldn't find me a guardian, so I'm going to an orphanage. At the time, there was plenty of orphans in the war, so although there was many orphanages around, they were all at full. There were also some orphanages run by civilians. I was sent to one of those civilian orphanages. You know, his name was Ushiromiya Kinzo. Seemed like a nice guy. So I thought the civilians who were running orphanages must be very good people. I was sure they hoped that the children would grow in this loving environment and enter society with a sense of ah, funny joke. Who was their parents in the first place? Children are supposed to be nurtured by their parents' love. Therefore, when that environment is destroyed, their hearts are wounded. Every child has his own personality. Receiving affection doesn't guarantee the child becomes someone angelic. Not everybody's heart can be healed. That's why there was some problem kids at the orphanage. Maybe I shouldn't call them problem kids, though. Sadness and despair of losing their parents, and the anger at having to hide such feelings filled those kids' hearts. Spending time individually with the children could have solved their problems. But at the orphanage where I was, none of the staff members ever tried to spend time with them or put in an effort to understand them. All they could do was make sure the kids followed the rules. Therefore, they could only see the children's emotional pleas for help as problems. In this world, nobody expresses love without expecting something in return. The person who found the orphanage was expecting something in return as well. He wanted children to appreciate him. It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. The children called the orphanage a prison, and nobody appreciated the staff at all. In fact, all they did was complain. To make the staff slowly realize that love alone couldn't run a facility like that. So the children called it a prison. The staff started to recognize the facility as a prison too. It was a chain reaction resulting from both mistrust on both sides. The staff bound the children with rules so they could suppress problem behavior. A framed picture of the founder of this orphanage, but I'd never seen him in person. Was he satisfied with the fact he put his own money into this social service? Maybe he finally realized his dream of being surrounded by angelic children, and being celebrated for what he did is simply that, a dream. I don't know. But there's one thing I'm certain of. Such dream didn't exist in the orphanage. There were so many rules and several plausible standards outlined for us. But the most valuable one was silence. Children's chatter tends to increase each other's volume, just like mics drawing closer, and sometimes that leads to fights and disturbance of other. The children were forbidden from speaking with each other. Those disallowed, they might have thought things would go smoothly. However, I think I always heard people's voices at the orphanage. There were two kinds of voices. One was the staff yelling, the other was the children crying. We were not allowed to walk around the inside of the orphanage freely, so we never knew who it was that was crying. One time, along with the crying and yelling, we heard the noise of metallic things being smashed against each other. We knew it was some kind of punishment, but there was no way for us to even imagine what it was. We trembled, pretended we didn't hear anything, and kept working on our assignments. One of my roommates told me it was the casket punishment, but she didn't tell me any further, and I didn't want to know either. Even behave exactly the same way as yesterday. The staff were in a bad mood, they might pick on us. So even if we didn't want to know, I might suddenly find out what the casket punishment is one day. Footsteps of staff members are getting closer. We noticed them, so we straightened our backs, pretending like we were studying hard. It's more important than the staff saw us doing than actually getting any work done. I noticed the girl next to me falling asleep, so I poked her with my elbow. She noticed my signal and straightened her back like the other children. It's almost evening. This was the hardest time for us to keep ourselves awake, and the most dangerous time. The door to our room opened, the mean-looking man showed up. And he looked around to make sure none of us were falling asleep. Even when we were actually studying hard, if he thought we were asleep, we were out. That's why we had to make sure we appeared to be studying very hard. The man walked around our desks. Hoped he would just walk by me. Now, so we all prayed as we kept working on our homework. The more we pretended to study hard, the more we could hear the sound of metal objects. The sound of metal objects crashing into each other along with screams. I couldn't imagine what the poor subject's punishment was going through. Where was this orphanage located? Oh, Siberia. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Trying to concentrate hard on our work. We kept working, as the metal sounds and the screams went on forever. The only time we were allowed to exchange words with our roommates was right after turning the lights off to go to bed. Being located in the middle of the mountains, the orphanage was very quiet at night. Making sure the staff members were far enough from our room, we enjoyed talking amongst ourselves. That was the only leisure time allowed to us. It wasn't anything nice like enjoying pleasant conversation. Why? Because we also talked about others behind our backs. Spoke of things like that member of the staff is only strict or unfair as malicious towards this person, and so on. We just repeated those topics forever until someone couldn't keep themselves awake anymore. We even discussed how we could get back at the staff. We took revenge on all of them in our imagination. Some kids even started to cry when talking about it, difficult as it was for us. Those subjects we spoke of were negative. Talking about them was the only way to vent our frustrations, and even though we felt despair about tomorrow, we were able to fall asleep. Sometimes a difficult subject popped up. It was about the Yurigaoka House of Love and Mercy on the other side of the river. Is this what, chum bucket, Krusty Krab type of shit going on?
Yes, exactly.
Are we in the chum bucket?
Mm-hmm.
Nap time and snack time
And,
shit.
we're in the Celtics platoon.
You know that one Yu-Gi-Oh card that's like a nice tranquil path, and then to the left is like a dark scary castle?
Yes.
If your children try to escape.
I know what you mean. Yes.
Hard to believe that was a time when this orphanage was even worse to live at. Only 3 or 4 people tried to escape. I don't know the exact number though. They headed to the House of Love and Mercy. The escape was a success. Except for one unlucky child, they were able to get the property of the House of Love and Mercy. Guess the staff couldn't follow them to the other orphanage's property. In other words, the other facility's property had to be out of their jurisdiction. Staff were frustrated the kids got away from them. And they dragged that one that they caught back here. So they wanted to bring back the others that got away from them too. Certain the staff were determined not to let a single one escape. It was easy to see the determination in the obscene way they locked the place up after that event. They were never able to bring back the other ones that got away. No matter how much of the staff were mortified, they couldn't reclaim the children and punish them. Damn, we can't abuse kids anymore! We can't escape the evil clutches of this hell. On the other hand, the one that caught you in such misery afterwards. Yet the exact details of his punishment were never passed down. All that remained were ominous phrases left by those who knew him at the time. The drowned ducky, the mashed caterpillar, the splayed piggy. Can't even imagine what kind of punishments they were. You're just like, haha, you thought child abuse was over. You thought wrong!
Ah,
Child abuse too!
he gets off of this shit.
Could I imagine how
It all comes back to child abuse from this man.
Can't wait for Silent Hill F. After that, the captured kid wish came true, and he was able to leave the orphanage. Was he able to leave this orphanage safely? And enjoy his freedom while breathing the fresh air and the blue sky? Well, according to the rumors, that wasn't what happened at all. While he was playing in the boiler room, he slipped and fell, injured his brain, and then he died. Children were instructed not to go into the boiler room after that incident. Everyone knew the boiler room was always locked. Everyone knew he was killed. Not just that. He was killed after being tortured. He was killed to teach the other children that they would face hell on earth if they were trying to escape. He doesn't face that risk and made it out. Obtained ordinary average lives, full of love and his namesake, with far better conditions than we lived in here. Maybe the House of Love and Mercy was really heaven. Maybe all the orphanages are pretty much the same. But compared to my orphanage, I bet anything else would have been better. If someone escaped successfully, the police would catch him. And he'd be sent back to the orphanage. Which would be pretty much the same as being killed. However, if he could reach the House of Love and Mercy, they'd take him in. Something tells me the House of Love and Mercy isn't exactly a normal orphanage either. Considering its name is House of Love and Mercy.
Being very obvious about it. It's like a oh my god, my brain is fucked up right now. I can't fucking come up with jokes. Yes.
Why are we watching? Why? Are
AJ, good joke.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Why are we suddenly watching Chicken Run?
I thought this is a
Promise Neverland.
Promise Neverland.
Same
Thank
thing.
you.
Nah,
for
nah,
finishing
nah,
the
nah, nah, nah.
Oh.
Previous escape incident was a total success. We had thought differently. But after that, the orphanage had tightened up security to prevent runaways. All the doors and windows were locked heavily, and it would be easy to ask to what the get me back to Hinamizawa! I don't want to be here! This is not the Higurashi I signed up for!
Yes, it is. What are you talking about?
I wonder what would be.
Exactly what you signed up for.
If I could, I'd want to escape. But the House of Love and Mystery is so far away. I'm Minnie Mouse now. I'm gonna run out of Disney characters. I'll be caught before you get there. I can't do it, Daisy. That's no. There were locks all over the orphanage. To escape, you need a key for both the inside and outside, and after that the lights were turned off, every section of the hallway was individually locked. A mistake. This was a prison. According to the rumors, orphanages receive government funding depending on the number of children they house. So if anyone escapes, they lose money. Also, if they're exposed to conditions of the orphanage, they would end up being expected and things would get complicated for them. That's why they were so intent on keeping us locked up. Sure, there's a chance I would want to escape. But AJ kind of missed doing the Donald Duck and Goofy voice, so she's gonna do it here. They're not gonna appear in days after all. Bark. Bark, bark. I'm Pluto. Bark, bark. Use the same key as the door in the back.
Chip and Dale.
I'm just gonna pitch. I'm just gonna have to post edit pitch correct. Like. Sometimes mass-produced locks take the same key. Of course, most places use different types of locks, so this won't happen. The staff of orphanage must have overlooked it. It's like the Death Star. The two locks use the same key at the orphanage. However, most of us never had a chance to even touch the keys. But there were a few exceptions. One of those was the hen house. Each room and group took care of different chores. If a group was assigned to clean the hen house, you get a key to it from the teacher's office. You were supposed to return the key immediately after you were done. Taking care of the hen house, the key was in the children's hand. If staff would occasionally come to check, they couldn't keep an eye on us forever. Here you go. Okay, I'm losing track of that. Using the key, you aren't thinking of using that key, are you? No, it's not. It's too dangerous. Why is this dangerous if there's only one of us? But it's different, we're in a group. Wait, why? You know when a kid was last time they tried to escape? They were desperate. Instead of escape as a group, they did something to increase the chance of success. That was only one of them was caught. What did they do? They scattered as they ran. They dashed in different directions. They waited until the day where the only few people working in the orphanage and ran this way and that. And so, although it depended on luck, it would increase the chance of success for sure. On your own, you probably have no hope, but if staff were to chase after other children, your own chance of escaping successfully would increase. In other words, Eriko was inviting us to escape with her. The more children joined, the more of your chances would increase. But among us, there were children who trailed to the staff for their own benefit. Actually, we're never gonna be normal. That's a word. We're gonna be 80 years old. We're gonna hear among us. And we're gonna go, Eriko, me, Tomomi, and Kikuku. Kikuku. Ooh, that's a tongue twister. I'm gonna call you KKK. Wait a second. Of course we don't want to stay here a day longer, or even an hour longer, or even a minute longer, or even a second. I got the point, Tomomi. If we did something yesterday, we might get yelled at tomorrow. I can't stand this anymore.
Fuck up, bro.
Kikuko. I'm just trying to say it fast and I fuck up. You don't feel the same way. No wonder your parents died. They give you a tongue twister. I'm trying to cope with the pain right now, alright? This is a more oppressive atmosphere than I'm used to in Higurashi. Borderline rules change daily. And if we didn't say anything about that, we'd be treated horribly for once. Where's the funny music? Where's ba-da-da? Da-da! Da-da! Think about it.
They haven't,
Teacher locking the back door.
It's in the other room. They're playing board games.
The
guards are playing board games.
This reveal that Kate and the entire club game actually knew each other in an orphanage, and all their parents are adoptive, and everything we know is wrong. Scared too.
Yeah. Damn, you had it. What's wrong with my brain right now?
When everyone felt afraid. The fear was perfectly understandable. Because of all of a sudden, the fear of the punishment that would follow had become very realistic. Sure, Eriko felt the same way too. But her courage was suppressing her fear. Because of that, she shared her idea with us. So, do you plan to stay here forever? No way! I know you're scared. Okay, no. But this is the only chance we have. You have to be brave just this once. What about you, Miyoko? Don't you want to go with me? Like Tomomi Kikuku, I wasn't trembling that much. Of course I was scared my own way, but compared to the other two, I must have appeared rather calm. Can we really escape? Of course, Eriko couldn't guarantee our success. But we had to ask her anyway. There's no guarantee. But if you join me, I'll have a better chance of escaping than trying to run on my own. Of course, the same goes for you, too. Eriko gave a calculated reason, but I'm sure I was just wanting the friend to agree with her. That was probably more important to her than increasing her chances of escape. Tomomi, Kikuku, if you're too scared, then I won't force you. Miyoko and I will escape ourselves. 2 is enough. Well... Eriko rushed the two to make up their minds. Someone looked cold, but that was her way of mustering their courage. Because it was very possible that regardless of the outcome of our escape attempt, as our roommates, those two would be held responsible. It's not like we'll do it tomorrow. Our turn to take care of the hen house is in a week. We'll wait for the perfect time to do it. If we don't feel that it's safe, then we wait until our next turn. Be very careful. It's rabbit season. The rotation of staff and time are important, but we also have to know the house Love and Mercy. We're playing it split up, so we have to know the area. Made up my mind. Okay. Coming with you. But let's time our escape very carefully, okay? Of course. Be killed if we get caught. I don't want to die. Oh, come too. Me too, me too. Tomomi and Kikoku agreed, so we all decided to escape as a group. We waited for the perfect opportunity. We waited for the day where only a few staff members were at the orphanage. We decided to let God take care of the rest. Pick a god and pray. Ah, it opened! Maybe it was the way I did it. I tried to open the lock several times without success, but I gotta open one first attempt. You had it upside down, idiot! It's like a USB. World of freedom just yet. In fact, it was the exact opposite. If the staff were to find out we were here, we'd be in big trouble. A world of danger. But unless we went through that dangerous world, we wouldn't be able to go anywhere further.
Yoshi.
Oh, suddenly I decide I feel like talking now. I think Eriko wanted to say that.
I got a voice.
No, you can't speak up now when we're trying. Yes, it wasn't. Skedaddle! It was raining. We all got soaked immediately, our clothes stuck to our skin. Well, that would be normally very uncomfortable. We couldn't even stop to think about it. We could only keep running in the rain. Dashing on gravel, but felt like trudging through a muddy rice field. My feet kept sinking, I couldn't pull them up. I was frustrated because no matter how fast I tried to run, I wasn't gaining any speed. I felt a sense of urgency. I heard someone yelling escape behind me, but all I could do was run like crazy. For Eriko's cue, we all went in different ways, hoping they wouldn't be coming after us. We would be able to reunite safely to the House of Love and Mercy. All four of us there together, or maybe someone would be missing. No, maybe everyone else would make it, and I'd be the one who gets caught. My thoughts were interrupted by the voice of a staff member coming from behind me. Staff members should have numbered fewer than us. If I was lucky, then would be coming after me. Hearing that the staff voices heard in distance were after me, I looked back for a moment. Big mistake. If I had time to turn around, why didn't I take another step forward? Why didn't I try to escape further? As I turned around, I felt a huge hand cover my face. His pinky finger slipped to my open mouth. Ugh. The hand grabbing my face shoved me into the muddy gravel. Of course, I didn't stay quiet. I fought back. And then I saw his face. It was the scariest face I'd ever seen. I realized it immediately. He only wanted to capture me alive to use me as an example. Considering what would happen to me afterwards, killing me here on the spot wouldn't pose any problem, would it? Yes, he looked at me with unworldly hate, ready to end my life here and now. His pinky finger ended up touching my tongue. Bite it! It's gonna nasty taste and an icky feeling through my entire body. Bite it! Bite it! Ah, that's it. This is what my murder tastes like. It's going to shove that finger down my windpipe and suffocate me. And so in order to live, I fought back in the only way I could. You really should have seen that one coming, bud. Something warm filled my mouth. Felt like swallowing blood after a nosebleed. Spit it from my mouth and ran out without turning, leaving behind the staff member clenching his pinky finger. I heard his voice echoing behind me. It wasn't a man that was after me. It was a beast. No interest in capturing me. His only goal was to see me dead. Yeah, he said that out loud. Takano. My shoes had slipped off. They were in sneakers. But they came off easily while I was running like mad. Bare feet stuck to gravel over and over. It's painful, but I didn't care. Because if I stopped, I knew what would happen to me. Trees, branches cut my face and barbed wire scratched my side. Oh, this place looks kind of familiar. Blood from the staff member's pinky dripped down from my mouth, staining my chin and chest. Running for my life with scratches and cuts all over my body. But to get caught, I would be killed. I know. I'm considered any sense that I'd be killed after being tortured.
She really wants you to know that she'll be killed.
I'll be killed on the spot. I'm gonna die. People die when they are killed. I don't want to be killed. I don't want to be killed. Lungs and heart's about to explode. I went blank from fear and lack of oxygen. About to lose consciousness. I might even give it none. If I didn't hear the voice of the staff member coming after me. My knees were shaking. My legs wouldn't move properly. I felt like I was going to fall like a puppet with its strings caught! Ryukishi! Ah, it was too late. My feet hit the gravel. Everyone do the flop. The awful sensation of falling. Immediately after the roar of the beast coming from behind me. I must have hit my side against the steering wheel when I jumped. I could feel the throbbing pain delayed slightly. Sweating all over. I wiped the sweat off my forehead and put my hand on my chest, only then realizing how fast my heart was beating. I rubbed my thigh. I rubbed it in a straight line. That's not where I hit the steering wheel. I felt like this is where it hurts. I can't see a scary beast in the moonlit car. I have my shoes on and I'm not covered in blood. My toes are fine too. Someone knocked on the window, startling me.
Sansa, 時間です。
Did you just scream like you had immense trauma or something?
ありがとう。
No! Shut up! Take naps. I told him to come wake me in an hour. I mean, an hour's too long. Too long a nap actually makes you tired. Oh boy, I hate when that happens. Put my seat back up and got out of the car. Cool breeze felt good on my skin. I only see the moon. There's nothing else to see on this mountain trail. A car and command vehicle disguised as a trailer are parked on the side of the street. I can still feel the bad taste in my mouth. Spat it down the side of the street. And after that, I couldn't get rid of it. Taste of blood, saliva, and rain. Sweat from my forehead and raindrops got in my mouth, but I couldn't swallow, so I ended up drooling. The sensation on my lips brought back memories, and I tried to wipe my mouth. Maybe I'm nervous. That's why I had such a bad dream. I think there's a coffee machine in the command vehicle. A pleasant cup of coffee will wake me up.
どう？何か動きは？
いえ、何も。先ほどジチから定期連絡が。問題なしとのことです。
そう。ねえ、どなたかコーヒーを入れてくださらない？
はい。ミルクと砂糖は？
ミルクだけ。あ、やっぱり砂糖も入れてくださる。
I still have a bad taste in my mouth. Feeling it biting and crushing his little finger and his filthy blood spilling to my mouth. I'm sure a sweeter cup of coffee will wash out that bad taste and will also wake me up from my nightmare completely. The House of Love and Mercy experienced a memory of escape. View new tips. There's nothing. Also, the tip screen is different.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, what?
It's look at the tip screen.
Yeah, no, I saw that. Why is it the? Heck, why is it the
I have
original backgrounds? Huh?
I have no idea. What the fuck?
Hmm?
Human life is meaningless. Everything comes down to the chemicals in our brain, Griffin.
What happened?
No, I'm just commenting. This is the end of the episode.
Oh yeah, sure. Yes.
Uh,
I think the same right now.
let's see where we go from here. Until then, have a great time, y'all. Peace.